My name is Joanna Rivera, and I'm not a native New Hampshire person. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I moved in 2008 to New Hampshire. And one of the things I've noticed is that many deaf people here have brought up a lot of topics. And so I thought, why don't I come up and say a couple of things? I won't speak too long, but I wanted to talk a little bit about. I noticed that Massachusetts has group homes, and I actually worked in a group home for deaf individuals and hard of hearing people. I worked at the Learning Center for Deaf Children in Massachusetts, a school. There are many deaf services and many options for deaf and hard of hearing individuals in Massachusetts. And in New Hampshire, that list is very short. We have needs for access, we have needs for many services. We need health support, we need education support, we need more medical interpreters. We need sign languages being taught in the school. We need interpreters for hospital and doctor's offices. I wanted to share a recent experience that I had. I went to an IRS meeting, and my boyfriend, who was also deaf, was with me. And we went in, and I said, we're deaf and we need an interpreter. And they said, you need to bring your own interpreter, which was a surprise to me. And I've heard that before, but I didn't, they were expecting me to bring and pay for my own interpreter. I mean, I absolutely knew that this was not the law, and I informed them that it was not my experience. And I'm sure that many other people don't have that same kind of experience. So I said, I would like to have you make a request for an interpreter to Northeast Deaf and Hard of Hearing Services. And they said, well, we have our own interpreter contract, and we will provide our interpreter. And I said, well, what agency do you work with? And they were unwilling to share that information with me. And I didn't expect it to be confidential or private. And I assumed that maybe they were working with Language Bank. And I didn't want to work through Language Bank. I preferred to get interpreter referral through Northeast Deaf and Hard of Hearing Services. Another experience I had was with Department of Health and Human Services. I wondered why they didn't have a staff interpreter at DHHS. People are familiar with, the Department of Health and Human Services has services for low-income people. They have many branches and many divisions in their agency. And they have different interpreters who use many different spoken languages. So I thought, why don't they have an ASL interpreter located in their office? That was an idea I had. So thank you for listening to my comments.